Sports on Tap is brought to you by the Joe Wright Group with Dobie Real Estate, Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank, Baldman Entertainment, Land & Sea Motorsports.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, with loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping. With news that's jaw dropping, they're getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening, if you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and ride with lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go and all come and attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Welcome to Sports on Tap. I'm Chris Scott, alongside Joe Waddell and Frank Giagata. Gentlemen, how are we?
Just trying to figure out what to do with Mookie over here, man.
I'm good. I was just confused. Like he took Mookie and killed him at one point, and he buried him face down, and then he threw him on the table over here. I was just like, I mean, he's wearing a Boston uniform. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I mean, you're rooting for both those teams, right?
No.
Or you're rooting for Mookie, but you're rooting for the Red Sox, right?
I'm rooting for the Red Sox. If the Red Sox are eliminated, then I will root for Mookie. Assuming that Mookie's not eliminated.
You can't do both right now since they're not playing each other?
You know what a hard time I had in fucking 2018 when the Red Sox and Dodgers were playing each other in the World Series? Yeah, no, we're not doing that again.
Well, you can do it until they play each other.
Listen, I feel like I am this show's expert on having multiple teams.
But that's my point.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. When you get down to the point where it matters,
Yeah.
it's time to start cutting people.
And that's fine, but you root for multiple NFL teams each week. So what's the difference between this?
So for right,
exactly, as anybody that's watching can see.
No, I'm strictly wearing this because
because
at this point, going on week 7, I will just admit now I've lost a bet. I was really hoping Joe was going to be drinking from her work boot, but I don't know if this team's going to score another fucking touchdown this year. So
that was $30 very well spent on that hat.
Yeah.
Yep.
At this point, I have to wear this hat.
Yes.
This is not even being done by want. I have the Red Sox hat right here.
Yeah.
But
I think out of all the stuff that we've bought, I think that might be the best thing.
It's the best investment.
The best investment.
But I will
made.
say I did intentionally wear the Rams jersey today because it is Rams-Lions week.
It is. And speaking of that, I hope Stafford drops 500 yards and 5 touchdown passes against them. I really do. I don't care what the spread is. I'm taking the Rams.
I have never rooted for Stafford so much in my life. I root for him this weekend with all I have. I cannot wait for him to embarrass that fucking team.
I hope it's a blowout in the fourth quarter and McVay just keeps them in, says keep throwing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to say he has to, but you have to.
Keep throwing.
Yeah.
People call you
This
Stat
is
Padford.
Detroit. Everything
Right.
that he's been through with Detroit.
Right.
Yes.
People call you
have
Stat
to.
Padford. You know what? Show them Stat Padford.
Yep. Do it.
Yeah. This week is.
Do it.
There is 0 chance Lions win this game.
I know that.
Less than 0 chance.
Last I saw the spread was 16.5?
I haven't even seen a
it's
spread.
it's at 15 now.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's moving down because everybody's trying to take the points.
Oh, of course they are.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the Rams are definitely going to cover that.
I tend to believe they will.
Yeah.
No offensive line, no defense, maybe a quarterback. Yeah, if you ask your coach, you don't have a quarterback, apparently.
Yeah.
now. But if you ask his old coach,
Well,
you do have a quarterback.
I mean, it's hard to have a quarterback when your head coach throws you under the bus and then runs you over 3 times while doing it.
to the
Yeah.
point where your ex-coach comes in and he's like, "Man, I am sorry.
You know
I
what?
am sorry I did that to you."
You know what, Jared? I'm really sorry about that. You don't deserve to be treated like that. Even though we cast you aside and basically blamed you for all of our failures,
Right.
you don't deserve to be treated like that by your new coach. That's ridiculous.
But again, crickets from the Jared Goff is better than Matt Stafford crowd.
Oh,
Crickets.
I loved it. This week at work, I walked in and one of my coworkers walked by. One of the people who said that Jared Goff was better. I said just as she passed by my office, I shouted out. I go, "Hey, you still think Jared Goff's better than Matt Stafford?" She goes, "No."
And I think this is the week where it goes from people admitting that they said it at one point and admitting, no, that's not the case, to now you're going to have people lying saying they never said it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
After what happens this weekend,
And
nobody ever said that.
It was funny after that game, just seeing Lions Twitter just erupt on Jared Goff. It was just like, dude, man, I can't believe you people actually thought he was better than what you had. It's amazing to me.
I just can't wrap my head around. We heard it from so many different people, and actually, somebody put out there on one of our Facebook posts.
Yeah.
I don't think people said that. No, they actually did.
Absolutely,
like
they did.
lots of people said that.
Yeah.
And
I wish nobody said that. I had to sit
Right.
here week after week and explain why there's people as stupid as you.
I laughed every time people said it too.
absolutely, yeah.
And finally now I'm like, so do you believe me?
Right. I mean,
you picking up what I was putting
like,
down?
oh, man, we got these draft picks. We got a better quarterback than Stafford. I'm like, whoa, time out.
Yeah, reel that in a notch.
Yeah, take it down there.
It was
Chief.
all about the picks. It wasn't about the quarterback.
Take it down, Chief.
Yeah,
Relax.
you've got a first round pick somewhere between 25 and 32.
Right.
Well, they also said, we got Tyrell Williams who will on the outside he'll hit go routes, and then we got Amon-Ra St. Brown who we drafted, and he'll be the over the middle guy, the slot guy, and Goff's got some weapons.
Yeah.
Like those are like the weapons of mass destruction that nobody ever fucking found.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, Goff's got weapons, all right. Yep.
just going back and kind of seeing that stuff from before the season started and like right after that trade happened, and you're like, it's like, dude,
You're a loser.
yeah, you nailed it, fucking nailed it.
Yeah, I am taking pride and joy in just annihilating the fans who said that or the people who said that. Every day now, I'm just making little jabs.
Oh, absolutely,
just little
yeah.
jabs.
But Frank, you're right. There's gonna be people who said, "Oh, I never said that." There's like the same people that say like, you know, I was at Game 6 of the '86 World Series that clearly weren't there.
Right.
Like, you weren't there. But that's what it's eventually gonna turn.
Or the
into.
amount of people who were at Verlander's first no hitter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
When the
Oh, I was there. I saw
crowd
it.
was completely fucking empty. And
Yeah.
I know that because I was supposed to go to that game and I had to work.
right.
Oh, I was there. I saw that in person.
No,
mean
the fuck you
sitting
didn't.
sitting on your couch watching it on TV. Maybe?
Right.
Yeah. Like, to this day, and I'm not going to throw any of them under bus by name, but that game specifically.
Do it.
Do it.
That game specifically, a buddy of mine called me to go to, and he had one other ticket. And I have 7 friends in that friend circle that says they were all at that game. I'm like, which one of you actually got this fucking ticket?
Yeah.
Because at this point, I don't even know who was at that game. And all I know is I was supposed to be at that game.
And wasn't.
But yeah,
So
I can't stand people like that.
so I have a couple questions for you with the Lions game.
Oh, you
the-
had,
with
a hot
the- with
take.
the-
You had a hot take.
So
on that, didn't you?
I have a quote unquote hot take, but I have a couple questions for you guys before I get into it.
Sure.
Look at their schedule.
I don't want to.
Tell me their first win.
I know we talked about this a little
We
bit on
kind
Sunday.
of talked about it on Sunday.
Yeah.
But Frank wasn't here for that.
Sports on Tap game day, 10:30 a.m.
Well-
Sundays. Give us a listen.
Well,
Yeah.
I
plug.
Thank you.
That was very well done.
I do what I can.
You're asking the guy who said they had 4 wins, and 2 of the wins that I gave them, they just lost. So, I mean, me being the stubborn fucking Italian that I am, Chicago's next one. I'm gonna die on that hill, but I'm willing to die on that hill.
After looking at the schedule on Sunday, and we said possibly maybe 3. I think that we came up
Well,
with
you-
maybe. I did.
Going
You said
forward,
I did.
You said that.
I said 3.
all right. Let me look
But
this up.
honestly, now like looking at it, the only one I can conceivably see them winning is the Thanksgiving game. That's it,
And that's Chicago, right?
and that's Chicago. And I still don't think they're gonna win that one.
Yeah. So I'll go game by game here. They have the Rams.
You got to go
Loss.
game by game.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have the
I won't
Rams.
bother looking it up.
They have the Rams in LA.
Yeah,
Loss.
that's a loss.
Eagles at home. Loss.
That's probably a loss.
Loss. At the Steelers. Loss.
Loss.
At the Browns. Loss.
Loss.
Even with them playing how they're playing
I was
and
going
with
to
a bunch
say,
of injuries,
if the
loss.
Browns completely lose everybody by that point,
Well,
maybe.
Yeah, no
they're
shit.
they're headed that way, unfortunately.
Right.
Who's the Browns' backup?
Case Keenum.
Who did I see that?
But until Baker Mayfield's arm is actually completely amputated, he's going to be playing.
I know he is.
Like it's just going to happen.
and I will get back to you later on this. And you may already have heard rumblings, but they were talking about going and inquiring somebody to be their backup.
Cam Newton.
Was that it?
I have no idea.
I was going to say, I didn't think it was Cam. I
I
think it's
fucking
somebody
hope
who's
not.
currently on a roster.
Yeah.
You know, not like Cam.
I,
He's not
yeah,
on a
yeah.
roster.
I don't dislike Case Keenum as their backup. I think he's a viable backup.
I really wish I could remember who it was.
He's won playoff games. He's better than Matt Stafford.
Anyway, so then they have they have the Bears at home on Thanksgiving.
Which I think they can conceivably win that game. But
I call it a loss.
I don't
Loss.
think I don't think they're going to.
Is a win.
That's like
That-
the only one I can see them
Then
win.
they,
win.
then they have the Vikings
That's a loss.
at home, loss.
Yeah.
They're at the Broncos, loss. They have
That's a hit and miss team. I'm not going to guarantee a loss, but I'm not expecting a very good game.
they have the Cardinals at home.
Loss.
They
Don't
have
play.
They have a shot.
Which they are right
Pull,
now.
pull a Jim Harbaugh and get that game canceled.
then it's at the Falcons.
Okay.
Okay. Conceivably, that's
a possible-
could be a possibility.
I could see that one too.
Conceivably, that
Yeah,
could be.
Okay.
But then,
Then-
I could also see that being the game where Kyle Pitts becomes the guy everybody said Kyle Pitts was going to become.
you know what? That will be the game where Kyle Pitts becomes like all world.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
By then, Calvin Ridley will be getting 200 yards a game and 2 touchdowns, and then Pitts will be getting 200 yards a game.
or
2
will be
touchdowns.
shipped out of town and
Yeah.
finally used in a way he
Oh.
should be used.
And then at Seattle,
Loss.
loss. So here's the one
Wait,
that I
what,
here's
what week are they in Seattle?
It's week 16.
Okay, so Russ is
Or-
back.
Russ is back. Even if they had Geno.
Or week, I'm
lost.
sorry, week, what would that be? That would be week 17, actually, because of buys. And then the last game is actually the one where I think they possibly could win because this
Green
team
Bay.
this team will have everything locked up and won't be playing for anything,
Yeah.
but their backup Jordan Love will play, and then we'll get a huge contract from another team
Oh,
next year.
yeah.
The
Matt
Matt,
Flynn,
Matt
baby.
Flynn treatment.
Yeah.
Guess who's starting for Seattle next year at $50 million a year?
Russ, you can finally get out of there, buddy. Jordan Love's on the way.
So
Wait, Jordan Love is not on the way because Jordan Love has to stay there because Aaron Rodgers is out of there.
yeah,
We'll see.
but
And where he's not going, Chicago.
He's not going to Chicago.
I'm not going to Chicago.
More on that in a few.
Yeah, we'll get on that. We'll get on that in a little bit.
My quote unquote hot take is not really a hot take, but it's my opinion at this point, and it's after watching 6 games of this team play. They showed fire and fight, and I'll give that to them. They showed some fire and some fight for the first 5 games. Then I'm not blaming this, but then their coach cried after coming out in his opening press conference and saying they were going to bite kneecaps off and they were going to do this and do that, and then after the 5th loss, he's already crying at the podium, which this is not toxic masculinity, folks. I'm okay with men crying, but you're a head football coach and in the NFL, and you're after the 5th loss, you're tearing up because you want better for your players.
I mean,
okay.
if you did it after like a playoff game or something like that, like
Right,
a loss, I get it.
That's one thing,
Whatever,
but
yeah, whatever.
this is game 5 of a season where
Right.
you weren't going to be good anyway.
in your first year as a head coach.
Right. So then you would think, or so everybody said, the team was going to come out and have more fire. Their coach showed that he cares about them. He wants them to win. They're going to have more fire. They're going to have more passion. They came out and laid a fucking egg. This team will be the first team to ever go 0-17. They are not winning a single fucking game. Not one. And Dan Campbell will go down in history as the only person to go 0-16 on a team as a player and then coach a team to 0-17.
Oh, that's
In his last 2 seasons associated with this organization, he is going to be 0-33.
This team is so fucking bad, and the coaching is not any better. I'm sorry,
And I will
it's
say,
not.
and I know you and Lady Friend both saw it. I believe I posted that in my story on Sunday for the 30 seconds. I did watch that game. That this is hands down the worst team I have ever had the unfortunate privilege of watching. They are.
They're god awful.
And local radio was talking about it on the way in. I mentioned it to you before we went on. Who's worse, this or 08?
This.
Yeah, I absolutely say this. I feel like another wager coming on between you guys for this to see if they actually do go 0-17.
I'm not shooting the boot if they don't go on
No,
17.
that's fine.
How can we have a wager? We're both in full agreement on that.
No,
Like,
I think you think they're going to win at least 2 games.
I'm being a stubborn Italian saying they're going to beat Chicago, but
There you go.
do I think it? No.
Not enough to make
I
a wager
just
on
won't
it.
admit I'm wrong until I'm officially wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not.
Again,
yeah, I can see
it'd be considered a hot take at this point, but from what I've seen from this team and what I expected out of this team, which I didn't expect much, they've surpassed the floor of where I thought they'd be. So no, I'm going to go with they're going to go 0-17, and Dan Campbell's going to go down in history as the only player coach to go 0-16, then 0-17.
That's not something you want on your tombstone, man.
And even if you don't go 0-17, 1-16 is not that great.
Yeah, we have somebody putting a message out here saying number 1 pick. Yes, they will have the number 1 pick. They absolutely will.
That's yeah.
I guarantee that. And it'll be in a year where there's no fucking quarterbacks to draft.
Nope. When you should have taken one, either last year or the year before.
I look at the quarterbacks this year who might be coming out. The only one that is coming around is the backup from was Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
Caleb. What's his name? Caleb Williams or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
I forget his name because he literally has just emerged.
Dude, talk about a dude that just fell from fucking.
Yeah. But
Spencer Rattler, Jesus.
But yeah, he just a complete fall from grace.
Nosedive, man.
But when it comes down to it, you look at the draft and you're like, well, they ain't getting their quarterback this year, even if they have the number 1 pick. Because the number 1 pick, if you take a quarterback this year, you're reaching. But
we got our quarterback in Jared Goff.
Yeah, because he's better than
for,
Stafford.
for one more year. Jesus. And then a smart organization would move on from him.
This organization it never fails to just make you laugh.
Oh,
never fails.
I love every second of this.
Every second of it. It's beautiful.
It's bad how much joy I get out of Lions fans' misery.
I was actually having lunch with my mom today, and we were because she asked me about it. She goes, "What's up with the Lions?" I'm like, "Have you watched this team since you've been alive? That's what's wrong with the Lions. They're horrendous. They've always been horrendous. They've been horrendous your entire life."
I was gonna say anybody whose parents are under the age of 67 years old.
Yeah.
They've never seen a winning season either. Well, a winning
a couple,
season,
yeah,
but a good season,
Right.
no.
Like this team is
Nope.
absolutely horrendous, and and she's like, "Well, you're not a Lions fan." I'm like, "Hell no, no."
No,
was
he
like,
has
but-
more self-respect than I do.
I was like, but the people that right, but the people that still are, I ask, I go, how and why? Why do you still support this shit and enable it? Like we were talking about before the show. These fans enable this organization to do whatever the fuck they want and give you the shittiest product possible every fucking year. And you guys just let it happen. I don't understand it.
Well, and it's not even just letting it happen because, I mean, what can you really do other than just stop being a fan? And that's the whole thing is, if a team consistently, like every year, you get so pumped up about this team and they just walk up to you and kick you in the nuts.
Every year.
it's why literally in week 6 I stopped watching football.
It's constantly it's oh, you expected us to do something here, just spread your legs, I'm going to kick you right in the nuts and then we're going to go about the rest of our year.
Like, and we've talked about this in the past, and there's a high you get when your team's winning and everything. In even winning seasons are a roller coaster of emotions. There's things that go on that, make you think the season's over, best team in the world, wherever you fall at any given point.
And this year it's completely like that.
Oh shit!
Being a
Last night
Lions
was like
fan
that
is-
game against, Tennessee.
It's like riding the power tower. I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Preseason, it's just straight up.
Every year.
And immediately, it just drops.
I can't wait till they start hanging banners for that. Preseason champions.
Fuck that. They're going to start hanging them for wins. Period.
And the sad thing is, as silly as that is, I could absolutely fucking see this team doing that. 100%.
We're going to raise the banner this week for the Philadelphia win.
Well, and I love the fact I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and I said, do you realize that this new regime that was supposed to turn it around hasn't won a single game yet, including preseason? And he said, no, they won one in the preseason. I was like, no, they didn't. They couldn't even squeak out a preseason game where it doesn't even matter. No, they didn't. Yeah, I think they won the second preseason game. I was like, you want to go back and look at that? Go back? You're such a big fan. You want to go back and take a look at that?
Right.
Come on, big fan. Go take a look at that.
What I want them to do, in all honesty, is just own 0-16 and hang a banner for that. I want it just because. Why not? Own it.
Listen, if they go 0-17, they're gonna have to hang a fucking banner.
They have to. Just own it, man. Like I think that'd be absolutely fantastic if they did that. I would absolutely love that.
I mean, I'm gonna love every loss they have this year, which is gonna be 17 of them.
I hope so. I hope so. I really do.
I wish I had more to contribute.
Well,
it's hard to disagree with anything you guys are saying
do you
on
want
this topic.
Do you want to talk about one of your winning organizations, the Jaguars?
Yeah, Uncle Herb getting his first
They're
win.
not a winning organization. By the way, speaking of Uncle Herb, has anybody been reading anything about that man this week?
No.
Holy shit. Now all of a sudden Jacksonville media is like, oh, we were all wrong. He's got control of this team. This team loves him. They're going to go, get the fuck out of here.
I was just waiting for a headline to say he stayed back in London and found some chicks in London.
Like, I couldn't care less that they won that game. You beat nobody. I mean, I'm sorry to Miami. I know we thought you were going to be a decent team this year, but you somehow are the second biggest joke in professional football.
You're a loser.
There you go.
And Jacksonville has managed to put themselves before you. Jacksonville's not even the worst team in their state somehow.
That's actually pretty amazing if you think about it.
Like,
yeah.
The only thing that they've had to talk about the entire season is their coach getting his dick grinded on by a college girl. And that team has more notoriety than two other teams at least.
I think
You can't let that shit happen.
No. Like I think,
I mean, you kind of can.
I think for Brian Flores, I feel like that's a fireable offense to lose to that team. I do, especially with all the shit that's going on with the Jaguars.
Well, with the rest of the way the year is going for them, I don't necessarily see him making it out of this year.
I wouldn't.
I don't see them firing him mid-season, but I don't see him making it to next year.
You cannot handle the situation you handled last year with your quarterbacks, the way you handled it, and then put all your eggs into one basket and have it go as poorly as it's gone through 6 weeks.
It's been bad. It's been really bad.
And it's the unfortunate reality of that situation.
Well, and in that situation, you have it's playing out the way some other situations in the NFL are playing out, and it's you don't. A lot of coaches don't structure an offense around the quarterback they have.
Yeah.
They have their own idea of what their offense should be, and then they try to just put the quarterback they drafted in there and go, here, run this. And it's
Real quick.
This sounds like my soccer team. They do this shit.
It's
every week. I hate it.
ridiculous.
Okay, I was getting compared to another team. I didn't know you played soccer. But that's not the team I'm talking
No, the
about.
soccer team he roots
the
for.
soccer
okay.
team I
Not the team he plays for.
Oh,
No,
I was going to say I didn't know you were a soccer player.
yeah,
We're
well, no.
learning things.
Like the manager of my favorite team, Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he does every week. He tries to fit a square peg into a round hole with the talent that he has. Trying to do the tactics that he runs. You don't have the talent for that, dude.
Didn't we make this complaint about another coach like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago even?
Probably.
And came up with like a
Maybe.
catchy little nickname for him.
Oh,
called him Adam Nagy.
Adam Nagy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Same shit.
And it is.
And I'm not defending this man.
Well, Nick Sirianni.
Nick Sirianni, same deal.
Same thing.
Same
Listen,
deal.
you decided Jalen Hurts was your guy.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because he should have been the guy. But you're literally running an offense that you don't tailor around him, and you don't run the ball at all. Why are you going to have your mobile quarterback just drop back into the pocket every single play and not hand it off every once in a while, not try to work the game plan into where you can actually do play action? And they actually believe that, it could be a run. And, if you do play action when all you do is drop back and pass the ball, the defense is laughing at you when you do play action because they're just going, like we thought you were going to run the ball. Get the fuck out of here.
You just added a couple steps to your drop back for
Right.
no
Exactly.
fucking reason.
But moving on to another one of your teams that was successful this past weekend.
The only one that was really successful this week.
Yeah, the Raiders.
Raiders.
Honestly, that was an impressive win, given the shit that went down.
I'm not gonna say it was impressive because
Division
Joe-
rival on the road.
Joe and I were talking about it when you had walked out a little bit
Right.
earlier. They played like the Raiders. It was nice to see that they looked no different than the team that was out there last week and the week before. It's not saying great things about them.
Right.
It's just saying it's the same team. And that's
Right.
great that losing your head coach and picking up a guy who's legitimately never coached a game in the NFL before, or a head coach a game in the
And
NFL.
he still has more wins than Dan Campbell.
And at this point, Dan Campbell, I think, has
fucking love it.
coached an entire full season as a head coach collectively. I want to say he's coached 14 or 15 games as a head coach.
Has he?
Not because he was an interim head coach in Miami for a while.
That's right, he was. I forgot about that.
And I want to say he coached 1 or 2 games when he was in New Orleans.
Still.
Because I think he did 6 in Miami. He's now done 6 here. And then, you sprinkle a couple in with New Orleans, and that's almost a full season. But it was nice to see, but I didn't see any change in the team. The only thing that I saw that I was a lot happier about, and Joe, I don't even know if you noticed this, but fantasy-wise, he used Josh Jacobs the way he should be used.
Yeah.
And if I got nothing out of that situation, that's all I was hoping for. Start using this guy like the fucking lead back he is.
I thought it was impressive. Just like I said, just given the circumstances that they were playing under on the road, division rival.
And I'm not sold on Denver. And it's not that I'm not sold on Denver. I don't think Denver's that good.
I don't either.
I think they're a mediocre team.
Yeah.
They're very beatable.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. But those those division games are always
right
on the road.
and it's a good
tough.
win to get. I'm very happy with it.
Unless
for
you're the
Raiders.
Lions, and it doesn't fucking matter who you play or where you play them.
Hey, they could play a Pee Wee team this week. A win's a win at this point.
No, I thought it was a solid win. I was just trying to give
Yeah.
the team props, Frank. Why you gotta be a fucking downer, man?
Like I told you, dude. 6 weeks into the
He's-
season,
he's
I've lost
a-
my love of football.
He's an abused fan.
He is.
like
That's why you need to get out of this relationship, dude.
no, she'll be good to me one day.
Like, yeah,
she'll be
he's-
good to me one day.
like he said, he literally 5 weeks into it, and he didn't watch any football in
Yeah.
week 6 because he's just defeated at this point.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to watch every second of football I
Yeah.
can because I just fucking love it.
Yeah.
But that's why I say it's like the power tower for Detroit season, because it's all rise and then it's straight up. As soon as the thing hits, it's straight drop and it's done with. You don't need to. There's no bullshit. There's no drawn out period. There's hope and then there's none. 6 weeks in, we're done with it. I ain't got to really worry about it.
And as much as you love football, that's okay with you.
Yeah, because in 2 weeks, I'll forget the Lions are even playing anymore, and I'll go on and I'll watch whatever the rest of the football is.
Fair enough, man.
I take myself a little 3-week bye week here in the middle of the season, get over that shit.
That's a tough way to be a fan.
But that's why we have 4 teams, and why I'm wearing fucking jerseys of individual players.
We have 4 teams? What are you talking about?
Me and my invisible friends. I
was like,
Wait, what?
who's we?
I say, first of all, there's only 3 of us in here.
I know who my team is.
I know who my team is.
I have a tendency, and you were talking about having dinner with your mother. I was having a conversation with my mother earlier, and she pointed out that I have a tendency to refer to myself as we. So I have now just steered into it. I don't know why.
You learn something new every day. I never knew
that's
this.
why I have just started
I never picked up on this.
going into the fact that I have an invisible friend. Because if I constantly refer to myself as we, then there has to be somebody else here.
Is his name Mookie?
No.
And he just killed Mookie. Down goes Mookie.
Mookie doesn't exist right now.
No, he gone. Cross him off.
Cross him off then.
Just until the Sox are done.
Dead.
Cross him off.
Nice. Solid.
Exactly.
I love that. God, that's a great. God, that's one of my favorite quotes from that movie.
That's why I hibernate in my basement and dive into a show for 3 seasons and
Yes.
then come out of it. And I'm like, okay, I feel better.
Yeah.
I can go back to enjoying life again.
Speaking of hibernating, I just have to say this because it just is fucking hilarious. There was somebody at work that actually, this person kind of says things all the time that they believe are true but aren't true. And they said, this I quote you, shit you not. Well, in the winter, deers hibernate.
Wait, what?
In the winter, deers hibernate.
Yeah, that's why hunting season starts.
Yeah.
The end of mid-October, beginning of
I shit you
October,
not.
whatever the
Those
fucking
were the
starts.
exact words that were uttered, and
Yeah.
and not only if you didn't pick up on the fact that he used the word deers.
Yep.
Also, they
I skipped
don't,
that part.
They don't. Well, that was the first thing that stuck out to me. I was like, well, first of all, it's not deers, but no, they don't hibernate. They're not bears. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They don't hibernate.
Like,
I was gonna say
okay.
you've really never seen hoof prints or whatever deer feet are called in the snow. Did you think they
Yeah.
were? Did you think they were reindeer?
Yeah. No, those were the footprints they put out there to make it look like they were doing stuff while they were hibernating.
Got you.
Yeah,
got
right.
you. Got
Yeah,
you.
those are fake footprints.
Got you.
Yep.
Makes
So, yeah.
you think they're in that area.
You
so you
said-
sit there and wait for them so you could shoot them there, but then they don't show up.
Right.
Yeah, I threw us off a little bit, but you said hibernate, and I just had to get that out there because I've been laughing about that for the last week at work, and I just wanted to share that with everybody.
Telling you, man, idiocracy in real time.
Oh, it's fucking absurd, bro.
It's 100% absurd. You want to know what's not absurd, though?
But you're gonna tell me.
I am going to tell you. My guy, Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank. If you're looking to buy a home, refinance, or even consolidate debt, give my guy, Jason Stiltner at Flagstar Bank a call today at 248-752-3631. Rates are currently incredibly low, and find out how you could get $750 towards costs or up to $10,000 in down payment assistance. So once again, give my guy, Jason Stiltner from Flagstar Bank a call today at 248-752-3631. Flagstar Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546.
Nailed it.
That was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was. It's a good job.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
Thank you.
Just in case you can't hear it in my voice.
I know.
I'm
Thank
very
you.
impressed.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought I had an emergency going on. Then I realized that was just my brother looking for a password.
Fair enough.
I'm sitting there. Normally he's watching at this point, so I look at my phone. I'm like, why is he calling me? He knows, like, he's probably watching.
He just wants to see you try and scramble for your phone
And I'm like,
as he's
what
watching
the
you.
So I text him real quick. I'm like, I'm on, dude. What's up? He's like, oh, I just need the password so I can watch the Wings game.
Oh, okay.
Watch us, you asshole.
So, We just talked about two teams. We just talked about two teams that one of Frank's teams, the Jaguars and the Raiders. We're gonna move to two teams that lost, my team and yours.
Yes. Yes.
And two of my other three.
And two of your other three, yes.
We'll gloss over
Did your
that.
imaginary friends team lose too?
I don't know.
I'm curious.
Who's your team?
But yes, you want to jump into the Browns first, since it was the first game played that in the
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. So I really don't have much to say about it other than they really have to turn some things around here. They don't look very good right now. I know they have a lot of injuries, and they've got some injuries to the offensive line. Baker's playing with a torn labrum.
Their best receivers out.
Jarvis Landry's been out. Now both running backs are out. They're down to their third and fourth running back going into Thursday night's game.
Yep.
They're battling injuries, so I mean I can't kill the team for it. There have been some questionable play calling.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some questionable coaching aspects, but I mean their coach was the coach of the year last year.
Yep.
So. Listen, if there's anything and I think I said this to Frank before the show started, if there's anything I've noticed about football this year, the NFL this year, it's that every single team is bipolar.
Oh yeah,
Like,
except the Cardinals apparently.
Well, yeah, except the Cardinals, but
And the Lions.
yeah, at two different major
Yeah,
ends of the
right.
spectrum. But like
Put
when
them together and you have bipolar.
Yeah.
But
when it comes down to it, though, certain teams can look like world beaters one week and come out the next week and just be ill prepared, or the other team is just more prepared. It's crazy how up and down this year is going for almost every team. Almost every team. And you look at it, it's a week to week thing.
It is. No, I agree with
It's
you.
up and down.
That's why I'm gonna jump into my Bills real quick.
Yeah.
Like just watching that game.
real quick before you jump into them,
Yeah.
I did have one question for you.
Yeah.
Is OBJ staying? Because I'm hearing a lot of trade talk again.
I am too.
I hope not.
I would agree
listen,
with you in that.
So Browns fans are going to kill me for this, and you can kill me for it all you want to. There is something wrong between that connection between Baker and Odell. I'm not saying who it is. I don't know who it is, but there's something wrong with it.
I'll tell you exactly who it is.
But-
It's fucking OBJ.
Well, I'm
looking at this from an outside point of view.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say you cannot look at this situation and say there isn't something wrong with that scenario.
there absolutely
because his numbers, statistically, are so much worse when OBJ is in there as opposed to when he's not.
And I
there's-
pointed that out to you last year when fucking OBJ got hurt.
Yeah,
I
well,
said,
it was,
watch this team get better without him.
It was the first thing we said last
Yep.
year. And he did. He played lights out then. And there's something wrong with that connection. And no matter who it is, there's something wrong with it. He brings nothing to this team. And I'm sorry, Browns fans, to say that because I am a Browns fan. I am not just bashing the team. You are allowed to be constructive with your criticism about the team that you root for. There is something wrong with it. OBJ brings nothing to this team. They need to either trade him, which you won't get much for him, or let him walk at the end of the year, get rid of him, be done with it, and move on.
We talked about this on Sunday, because I flat out said I think he's washed. I do. I think he's washed.
I think something is wrong.
He's injury prone. and
One
he's-
thing that he
yeah.
has proven throughout his career is that when he's not happy, he doesn't play good football.
Clearly, I don't want to play with
So
a guy like that.
I don't want to say that I agree that he's
I
washed.
think he's washed. With all the injuries
it's-
that dude's had,
It's clear as day that he is unhappy. I don't see many teams being willing. The team, honestly, and this is fucked up to say this, the team that sticks out in my head that should take a chance on somebody like him is the Giants.
Yeah, but they have so many wide receivers on the team; it's ridiculous.
But you take Galladay and swap out Galladay and OBJ, throw some picks in there to sweeten it up. Maybe Galladay can get his shit together in Cleveland and realize, hey, you know what? I got a receiver.
I don't want that headache.
Right.
I don't want to get rid of one headache and get another one.
I could
New
absolutely-
York
you know what
has-
could see go for him though. Dallas.
That's entirely possible.
I don't think so because they have
that's-
Gallup going to come back. They've got too many. They've got too many guys in that fucking wide receiver core.
yeah,
as it
but
is.
this is Jerry Jones.
This is Jerry Jones. I could absolutely see Jerry Jones making that move.
Yeah.
Especially if you give up like a 6th-round pick for him.
And
Listen.
riding out with Lamb.
Listen,
and
the way I look at
Cooper
it,
and
if you
OBJ.
want to, you know what? Fuck it, I'll go for that too. Trade OBJ to Dallas, send Gallup on the way back, send Gallup back to Cleveland, and throw in a pick somewhere.
Yeah, because in that position, it doesn't make sense. Any team that has three wide receivers, like even in New York's situation, they have wide receivers.
I'll take Gallup.
Somebody's coming in exchange.
I'll take Gallup on Cleveland in a heartbeat. Give me Gallup.
And I do know from fantasy years that he is a fan of Gallup.
He's a hell of a receiver.
I believe you just picked him back up, didn't you? Did you pick him
Yeah,
up in
I
early?
got him on my bench, sitting on my IR spot. Yeah, because when he comes back, he will
He
put up
plays,
points.
Yeah. I'm not hating on it at all.
As a-
I'm just saying.
as
I
a-
also know you're a big fan of Gallup.
He's gotten kind of outcast on Dallas because he got drafted there. Then they traded for Amari Cooper, and then they drafted CeeDee Lamb. So he kind of got shoved to the side. He has proven to be a productive wide receiver, and on the Browns, if he were to get traded there in this hypothetical trade,
Right.
he wouldn't have to be the main guy because Jarvis Landry's the guy there,
Right.
And Landry's more of a possession guy than a deep guy, but Gallup can get deep. So you got Gallup who has good hands, can get deep, can run the deeper routes, and you got Jarvis Landry who's more of the leader on that team as far as the wide receivers go. And in general, I would love that trade. Fucking do that in a heartbeat.
And see, initially when I was running out to New York, the guy, before I talked myself out of it, before mentioning it, the guy I was going to mention was Sterling Shepard. But him and Danny Dimes have way too much of a connection to screw up that chemistry.
Yeah.
But if you could get a guy like that out of New York in exchange for OBJ,
I'd be okay with that one too.
right, and that's essentially what I was.
No,
getting
I wouldn't be
at.
as excited about that as I would Gallup, but
I think you're talking two different players, and you're talking two guys who've had different opportunities to show what they can do.
right.
I mean, we've had a lot of Shepard. We've heard a lot about Shepard. Just haven't seen him pan out a whole lot.
He's had some big games, but yeah, he needs to stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's one of his issues.
But yeah, those
But-
were just ideas I had, and I wanted to touch on Cleveland while we were there.
Yeah.
But Chris, your Bills, what's up?
No, watching that. Thank you. No.
I figured I got to throw it back to him somehow.
That's a great segue, Frank.
Well done, sir. No, just watching that game yesterday.
So what's
and-
up?
What's up, man?
Yeah, you tell us, because that game last night.
No, just watching that game last night, and two issues. I don't know why this team has the problems they have in the red zone is mind-boggling to me. It truly is. It's like you got a tank for a quarterback that can run, and yet they settled. They should have had 14 points in the first two drives they had. They settled for 6, and I bit them in the ass at the end of the game.
Yep.
And the play at the end of the game, I'm all for aggressiveness, and that was whatever.
That
go
was
for it.
fucking stupid.
This is what I'm getting to. I did not agree with that particular play call because if you kick the field goal, you tie the game, and now if you go to overtime, you have like 3 chances to win that because if you win the coin toss and you go down and score a touchdown, ball game. Even if Tennessee wins the coin toss, you hold them a field goal, you got a shot to match their field goal or score a touchdown and win the game. You got more shots to win the game. That was your only shot right there. Was that 4th down play?
Well, and as far as that goes, I'm gonna throw it out here and say, if you're gonna go for it on 4th down like that and try to win the game in regular time, that play call itself was awful.
It was. I agree
You
with
don't start your quarterback back in the shotgun and then have him hurry up and run up to the fucking line, snap it real quick, and then try to get a quarterback sneak where he slips and falls. There's too much motion going on in there. You need to set your play. You need your quarterback to have his feet set in order to run a quarterback sneak.
Right.
And not to mention, a quarterback sneak in that scenario is fucking retarded.
It is.
So line up, turn around, hand the ball off to your big bruiser in Zach Moss, and let him get that one single yard, and then try to take it in for the touchdown.
I'm actually glad you brought that up because that was actually one of the grind my gears for me this week was all these formations. You see it across football. You need a yard, and these guys are lining up in shotgun formation. To me, it's incredibly fucking stupid.
It's retarded. You're automatically setting yourself
2 yards further away from the line.
Right, and you're not even momentum going toward the line.
Right.
You're just standing there waiting to get the ball, and then you're going when the defensive line and the linebackers are already rushing at you. I see it all the time, and it infuriates me.
It's incredibly stupid, in my opinion. I don't understand why you're willingly setting your offense backwards 4 more yards.
Yeah, no, 1,000.
It makes no sense when you need it. When you need a yard,
Right.
You're gonna say, all right, well, we only need 1 yard. We're gonna start out at shotgun,
I don't get
so
it.
we need to actually gain 5 yards.
I don't.
the fuck are you doing?
Unless you're gonna try to run outside with it,
Right.
okay, whatever. But if you're gonna try to run up the middle in that formation, to me, it's stupid. Like I've never understood it.
Well, see, and that's where a lot of these teams don't do this anymore. But that's where Buffalo should have had a play call set up to where, listen, you line up with 3 tight ends, you put Zach Moss back there, and you've always got the threat of Josh Allen to run.
Yeah.
Run an RPO.
Yep.
And whatever's open is open. Leave it on Josh Allen's hands.
Yeah.
But for the most part, hand it off to Zach Moss and get the 1 yard. Put in a 3 tight end set.
Your biggest package you got.
and just bruise it up there for 1 yard. Done.
I agree.
And
1,000%.
And then you have about 2 or 3 shots to get in the end zone.
The other thing in that situation that I wonder why people don't do anymore, I was a big fan of using the hurry up offense at that point.
Yeah.
When you're on a 4th and 1, catch
Go.
the defense sleeping.
Go.
Just get up to the fucking line.
Yep.
Everybody knows what we're trying to do. We're trying to get 1 yard.
Yep.
So get it straight in practice. Hey,
Make him call a timeout. Make him.
quarterback's going
penalty,
with
whatever.
it, running back's going, whoever's going back. And I guess thinking into it a little bit deeper, the shotgun situation kind of allows for the play to start to develop before the running back tries to hit the hole. But there is one goal in mind in that situation. Everybody is coming right to the middle to try to stop whatever's coming out.
And
there.
that's my point with it. When the running back gets the ball like 4 yards in the backfield and he has no momentum going forward,
That's what I'm saying.
It's dumb.
Sneak in with a hurry up offense, snap the ball, get it up there, whether it's Allen or Moss or Singletary if he's in there, whoever, just run with it.
Like I'm generally for aggressiveness. I feel make the defense make a play on you, and I'm whatever. But that to me, that scenario, it wasn't the right time to. It wasn't the right time to do that.
And when you look at the play that was called, it was Josh Allen started off in shotgun formation and then hurried up and ran up to get under center.
Yeah, and
then immediately snapped the ball.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna run a hurry up offense, that's one thing. But if you're gonna not have your quarterback get his feet set before getting the snap,
that was bad.
when you're having him try to get a quarterback sneak for a yard, that just makes no sense, man. It just doesn't.
No, it doesn't, and that's ultimately like looking back on the game today. Like I'm not as mad about it as I was last night because I still think they're going to take this division in a fucking cakewalk. But it's just stuff like that. That stuff needs to get ironed out before you actually get into before you get back into the playoffs, man. You can't be having stupid shit like that happening.
Well, and that's what I say when I say bipolar. There's a lot of teams that are bipolar because you look at Buffalo. They were world beaters.
Yeah,
and by all accounts,
They were world beaters last 3 weeks.
yeah, and by all accounts, the coaching has been amazing for them. But there's certain cases like that where you're like, man, did you have a stroke? Like what? Do you smell toast right now? What happened to you? Where did this play call come from? Because this hasn't been your play calling for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Now all of a sudden, I feel like you just had a stroke. And you called in the wrong play. Like what happened?
Did somebody like a fan email you this play?
Yeah, like
hey, I ran this on Madden and it worked. So you guys want to try it?
For real.
do you have Tourette's and you accidentally shouted a play across the fucking microphone to your quarterback into his ears and then the microphone cut out and that was what he heard? Like what was that?
Yeah. No, that was actually on my grind my gears for this week. It was number 4 actually. I grind my gears this week.
Jeez.
I was saying, well, you had 2, and then I brought something up, and you said, all right, well, 3. So what were the? Hold on.
I was going to say let's kick it. Go.
You know
for
what
it.
really grinds my gears?
So I was at the Redmond game on Saturday night when Vancouver was in town, and it's still to this day. A lot of teams do it. It irritates the fuck out of me. Like the Pistons championship banners. It says NBA World Champions. No, you're NBA champions. That's what you won. You won the NBA championship. You're not a world champion. Stop it. But the Patriots do this shit. It fucking irritates the hell out of me. Or let's say like Super Bowl world champions. No, you won the Super Bowl.
Joe, can you imagine Chris just sitting down there at LCA, just looking around, looking for things to get mad about?
Well, no, that's honestly it was. It was
That's exactly what I see.
Yeah.
no, but it was during the national anthem.
What can I find, motherfucker? This is fucking horseshit.
It says fucking world champions on it. You're not world champions.
Not only does it says NBA world champions. Well, which one fucking are you? Are you NBA champions or are you world champions? Pick one.
They're the NBA champions of the world.
No, they're not. But I noticed this during the national anthem. That's what kind of caught my eye. And I was like, and the more I thought about it, I'm like,
So you don't have anything better to do during the national anthem than to look around for things to get mad about? You should be paying attention to the national anthem.
I thought about kneeling.
God, we're gonna offend some listeners.
Yeah. But and the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, there's a lot of fucking teams that do this, and it just irritates the hell out of me. I don't know why. Like, because hockey, you see Stanley Cup champions. That's what you won. You won the Stanley Cup. Leave it at that. But like, you'll see, like I said, the Patriots do it. There's a bunch of other teams that do it. And it's like, what the fuck, man? You won the Super Bowl. You're not world champions. You won the Super Bowl. You're Super Bowl champions. I don't know. It just I know it's stupid, but
They're the NFL champions of the world.
fuck off. It's like it's like the MLB.
The MLB.
The MLB, yes.
So did you have another?
I
grind
was
like
going to
yours?
say, you had three
You
of
had,
them.
you had two, and then the third one was the one I brought up. But
This one, I don't know. I don't know. Lifted truck kits. I don't unless you're going off roading. Like, why? What's the point? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I am fucking dead right now. I am dead right now.
What?
Lifted truck kits.
I don't know.
So you got to explain this one too, please.
I were driving back from said Wings game on Saturday night.
So I love this text. So this is exactly what he did. He seriously hones in on the things he hates, which is pretty much everything he sees.
That's lady friend, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's not, but that is fucking priceless.
Okay. So back to the lifted
So,
truck.
yeah, it's just driving home from the Wings game on Saturday.
Time out on you real quick. Of all the places we were going next, all of them, the entire sports world,
I never thought it would be
lifted truck kits. Didn't even think about it.
Just saying.
When you threw that out there, I was like,
What?
"What? This is where we're going
I
with
said
it."
unless you're going off roading, I honestly see no
Oh.
point in them. None. I don't see the point in them unless you're actually going off roading.
Okay.
And most of these assholes don't go off roading.
No,
No.
And it's just like, okay. Your
And
truck-
it's funny
your
because-
truck looks stupid.
As somebody who literally takes a week of my year to go off-roading,
Yeah.
most of the people go off-roading don't have them.
There you go.
That's true.
There you go.
That is very true.
And the last,
Like, I see more people driving, like, fucking Escalades and shit
Yeah.
out on sand dunes than I see
There you go.
guys with load. Like, don't get me wrong, they're out there.
oh, I'm sure they are. But
Yeah, I see just as
I
many fucking
I just think
Escalades.
it makes the truck look stupid.
It does. Anytime this is bad.
I love when I see a short guy trying to get in.
Right. So every
And these are
time
the assholes that are doing this.
I hate to say this, but every time I see a huge truck that's been lifted 10 feet off the ground and just somebody trying to, like, they have to struggle to get into it, I look at them, I automatically go, you must have a really tiny dick. That's just that instantly is where I go with that, because like you just have to have this big bad truck lifted 10 feet off the ground, and it has to be diesel, and it has to, like, you got the American flag on the back of it, and like
There's
what the
You got
fuck?
the smokestacks coming out
Oh,
of the
yeah,
back
yeah.
because you're too good for your double
there's
exhaust. Yeah.
there's
Like,
a
holy
there's a-
shit.
this
Now,
guy-
the guys who know what to do with that
Yeah.
shit, I don't have a problem with.
Right.
Like, I got a buddy who's literally geared out with all that shit,
Right.
and his truck's badass. But he's also like 6'2".
Okay.
And my 5'8" ass ain't trying to climb up in this fucking
Right.
truck. Like, it's just not.
I don't know. One of the guys that works for my company, he's like, I think he's in his mid-50s, and the other day he comes rolling up. He's driving a crotch rocket.
Oh, I was gonna say this guy's the guy.
I'm like, are
driving
you
fucking-
want to talk about like midlife crisis, tiny dick? Come on, dude. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's midlife crisis.
Come on, man.
This is midlife crisis.
Like, if you got a Harley or something like that, I can understand it.
Listen, Harley's one thing.
Right, but you got a crotch rocket, dude.
50 years old and you're going out and buying a crotch rocket?
Yeah.
That's midlife crisis.
He's like, because he asked, he goes, what do you think about my bike? I'm like, first of all, I hate crotch rockets, and second of all, why the fuck do you have a crotch rocket?
There's my first problem with that.
If I were at 42, if I were to go out and buy a crotch rocket right now, I would fully expect you guys both to go, midlife crisis.
Oh,
okay.
we'd hammer you.
Oh, you should.
100%.
You absolutely should.
I wouldn't even hammer him. I honestly would probably disassociate myself with him.
I'd no longer be allowed on the show. You guys would be,
We
you guys
would be
like,
learning this on the fly. Be like,
Right.
Joe's not allowed here. Sorry, guys. This is gonna be
Yeah.
rough for a couple weeks.
yeah, right.
You instantly would be like,
Yeah.
guys, Joe, we have voted you off. This is like
We will
Survivor.
put
We
a
voted you off
cement
the island.
pad right where the sand is out there. We'll put a cement slab there, and you can stand out there with your crotch rocket every fucking week.
There you
And
go.
we'll send the camera over to
That's
the
it.
window just to take a quick glimpse, so everybody can see that you're at least still doing okay.
It's ridiculous. No,
Yeah,
no.
I was like, dude, what is
No.
wrong with you? And then the last one I had, which is just whatever it is, like when somebody responds to you with just the letter K.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
a
come on, man.
Honestly, that's a big pet peeve of mine.
Like, how fucking
It
lazy
really
are
is.
you?
At least put the O in front
Come
of it.
on.
At least put the O in front of it.
I'm guilty of it.
Like, my mom does it, and I'm like, you're just enraged. Like, why? Stop. Just put okay.
I've gotten rang up by many a person. For
I know it's
being
a-
the person who just K's people.
Honestly,
I know it's irrational, but for me,
I
when
feel
somebody
it's disrespectful.
it is to me.
I've heard
Thank
that.
you. So I know it's irrational, probably, but that's what I feel. I feel it's like disrespectful. Like when you just put K,
You couldn't have taken the
I would rather you just not answer me.
Right. You couldn't have taken the extra half second to type the O? Really?
Right.
Really?
And
What about the guy who says K period?
Fuck that guy.
so
Fuck
that's
that guy
so that's
too.
emphasis on being an asshole. Like that's you're literally punctuating being an asshole.
I do that a lot too.
But those are the grind my gears for this week.
Yeah,
There you go.
I like those.
There you go, buddy.
And I feel attacked with that last one.
Yeah,
Sorry, Frank.
yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because
No.
to me it the K response is really kind of just fucking shitty.
Yeah. It's kind of like just throwing like a thumbs up. Like it's basically like fuck you.
Yeah, yeah.
Would
Like,
the thumbs up be better though? Would
I
you
would-
rather get the emoji thumbs up?
I would rather have the emoji thumbs up
Yes.
than K.
yes,
100%.
Whenever somebody thumbs
You know you're about to get the thumbs up emoji every single time that I'm
When it-
supposed to say okay.
1000%. Yes.
Whenever somebody gives me the thumbs up emoji, though, I instantly think like you're old person who doesn't really know technology. Like you're like the soccer mom who's trying to get
But
with
at least
technology.
with
and, like,
that,
gives
you
the
have to go find it.
Yeah, true.
So you're actually putting effort into sending me a response back.
Unless
instead
it's
of
just
typing,
unless it's
"Hey."
just the only emoji you ever send. In that case, it's right
But
there.
you still
for
got
you.
it. But you still got to somewhat find it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just
Yeah.
going K.
Like the thumbs up just is like old person text to me.
Right.
The K is like disrespectful.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I don't-
like fuck you. I don't have time for this shit.
I can't type the extra O because it's so stressful, for me to type an O.
I'm just sitting here and I'm like, most of the time when I'm getting responses, I'm just like, thank you for taking the time to respond to me. You guys are like, fuck you. I want the extra letter. I'm like, I'm just glad I could bother you to get a letter out of you.
You disrespectful son of a bitch.
Well, it's like okay. For example, I didn't really respond to you guys much this last weekend in
You
text.
did not. Neither of you guys did.
There wasn't a lot of response from me. I just had a lot going on,
and
and
I wasn't watching.
yeah.
and by the time I would get back to looking at what was said, like I didn't feel there was any need for me to respond to that at that point. I mean, I saw everything at a certain point. I saw everything that was said, but I was like, "Thanks, Uncle Joe. Appreciate the thumbs up."
Right?
I love it. I would rather get that than a K. So I'm all for that.
Yes.
But like for me, when I just was looking at it, and at a certain point, I was like, well, I was always getting ready to respond. And who was that? You? You're such a dick. So.
Just because I know he's got the
Yeah.
restream sitting right there.
When I was-
so I went on to Twitch as myself
just
and
put
commented,
K.
okay.
Nice.
But at a certain point, like when I was getting ready to respond to things, I was like, it was just too late to respond to
Yeah.
things, and I was like, well, there's no point in responding at this point. And to me, just not responding is less disrespectful than going, okay,
Yeah, right. Oh, that'd be
'Kay.
like, all right, cool, man.
okay.
It
Sweet.
reminds me of past life when we used to spend a lot of time in bars. When we actually had a buddy that would legitimately not respond all day long, and then randomly at like 2:00 in the morning would respond to one of the first text messages.
Yeah.
And we'd all be sitting there like,
What?
what the fuck
Yeah.
is this guy talking about?
Like what?
It'd be like this whole detailed
What?
answer, and I'm like,
Nice.
what? Huh?
Yeah, like
Well, you said this when we were together earlier, and you just now thought to respond to, like, okay,
wait,
right, man.
what?
thanks, but like, I had even forgotten what I was talking about.
Right.
Yeah, but no, sorry, you saying that just
Yeah,
brought me back to the past life.
I love the thumbs up though, Uncle Joe. I appreciate that. That's fantastic.
Good stuff.
All right, so are we gonna get into the picks? I think.
Let's get into the picks.
So give me 1 second. I have to actually adjust something here. I believe,
Yeah, absolutely. Get
because
into
the picks, the picture on the picks will not be very good, and
That's what it is.
yeah. So hold on, I have to adjust this.
Okay.
All right.
So,
But we all had a good week, though.
yeah.
While we're waiting on that,
Yeah, give me a second, guys. You guys go ahead and talk.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
well, why don't I tell you a little bit about the Joe Wright Group?
Who?
The who? Whether you're buying or selling a home, now is the time to take advantage of the expertise of 3 real estate agents for the price of 1 on your side. Make the right move and give Craig Joe Wright, Mike Bush, and Shane Wilson of the Joe Wright Group a call. Phone number is 248-535-4750.
Nicely done, buddy.
Thank you.
Good
Good job.
Yeah.
It wasn't
And I
the
was-
best transition into
Yeah.
it, but hey, you know
No,
what? We
it's
had a
fu-
little dead air. And
Good
That's
stuff.
fine. Yeah, no, I appreciate it because it gave me a. Not only did I still get the Joe Wright Group up there on the video,
Yeah.
which props to me. I was also able to fix the video.
I don't want to
Come here, buddy.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but
yeah.
BB.
we'll
But,
give you a little pat on the back.
I mean, I think one more is deserving. All right. Anyway.
It's time!
So what do we all go 4-2 this past week?
No. So you were 4-2. I was 4-2. Frank was 4-2, and Andrew, our listener,
Loser.
was 2-4.
Oh, that's a shame, Andrew. Sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah. So now overall records for the year right now.
And he made fun of me for actually betting my picks. Better than betting yours.
Well, I mean, they're both losers no matter what, but still, one just lost 4 of them. The other one just lost 2. But when it comes down to it, overall records are Andrew and Chris tied at 22 wins apiece, 19 losses. Frank, you are in second, or technically third, whichever way you want to look at, at 21-20, and I am pulling up the rear at 20-21. So
Joe is the caboose.
I am the ass. I am the ass.
Real quick, Braves 5-2.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
On the
I didn't
side.
know if you had it up as well.
On the interweb. I got
interwebs.
the interwebs. All right, so let's get to the picks this week. Not a great slate of games this week, unfortunately. at all. No. So
We legitimately sat here contemplating if we were even picking games
yeah,
this week.
it's a bad slate this week, so bear with us. We just tried to pick games that had like a relatively close, over under spread, whatever.
Something that looked like it might be interesting.
Right, exactly. So we're gonna lead off with Oregon and UCLA. UCLA is laying 2.
Give me Oregon. I don't know why.
I love how these are basically just going to be kind of like winging it guesses.
Yeah,
I
basically.
think.
100%. Give me Chip Kelly and UCLA.
Is that who's coaching them? That shows how much I know about UCLA.
Yeah, give me Chip Kelly and UCLA.
All right.
You know what? I'm actually going to take UCLA in this one as well. We talked about it again before the show. At least Frank, you did. And when you talk about Vegas, and you talk about odds, and you look at it and you say, all right, well, this is really weird. This is a strange one. UCLA is not ranked. Oregon's ranked 10.
Yep.
And UCLA is -2 at home.
And the game's in the Rose Bowl.
Right. So give me UCLA.
Yes.
And Andrew takes the Ducks.
Yes. Quack, 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 Mr. Ducks.
Yeah. He said it all in caps.
Well, yeah, he said it. He did.
So I moved the microphone away so it wasn't so loud for the
He
listeners.
takes the Fighting Gordon Bombays.
Yes.
He yelled it. I'm not sure why he was yelling at
Yes.
us on Twitch, but
That's right. The Ducks.
Moving on, Frank, this game's all for you, buddy. USC taking on Notre Dame. Notre Dame laying 7.
Give me the Fighting Irishman.
I'm going to agree with you on that. I'm taking.
Sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to offend you.
I am taking Notre Dame as well.
I'm completely offended.
USC is a debacle of a program right now. And the game, I believe it's at night, 7 o'clock, I think.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
7:30.
In South Bend. Yeah, I got the Irish all over that one.
Make it the Irish for me as well. USC is just they're shit. So I don't really. I mean, if Notre Dame can't beat USC by 7 points or more, there's a problem with that school.
Yep.
Clean sweep for the Irish.
All right. Moving to the Big Ten, we got Wisconsin laying 3, traveling to West Lafayette to take on Purdue.
I'm going with a letdown game here. I'm going to take Wisconsin in this game to win by more than 3. I think Purdue had their game last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a trap game. This is trap game city.
Yep.
Give me Wisconsin.
Yep.
Fuck it. I'm going to be different. I am going to go with Purdue riding a high from last week.
Okay.
And maybe propel themselves into a little conversation to be in the top 20.
Okay.
And then Andrew says Badgers. And Joe says this will be the ugliest 11-1 season. Notre Dame by 3, all games by 3.
All right. Then.
Uncle Joe, you are right.
In the game I really didn't want to pick, we're moving to the ACC now. NC State laying 3, playing the absolute disaster that is the Miami Hurricanes right now.
Clarify for our listeners. nobody forces you to choose games.
No, I know that. But Joe brought it up and said, "Yeah, let's pick that one." I'm like, "All right."
Oh,
let's
I
fucking
didn't
pick
hear him
that.
recommend it.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no, I did recommend it because it was one of the lower.
Yeah,
it was one of the lower spreads.
I just
so.
thought Chris was like, well, I picked it because it's my team, but I don't want to fucking pick this game. I'm like, nobody forces you to choose
Right.
these games. I
Well-
didn't realize Joe did throw you
I mean,
into
I
that
didn't
one.
force him. I just brought it up, and he's like, "Well, I guess."
That being said,
Andrew going NC State.
I am going NC State as well. I hope this is the game that leads to Manny Diaz being fired.
I'm NC State for me as well. That Miami team is just so fucking
They
bad.
can't tackle anybody.
No.
They cannot. They are literally last. in
Can't
college
do it.
They can't.
Can't win with
They
them.
are literally last in college football in tackling. It's horrendous to watch this
Game
team
day
tackle
Sundays,
anybody.
10:30.
Oh yeah, good plug. Solid.
You know what? Your boys are due for something. Something good to happen to them for once.
Okay,
He's going with the contrarian pick here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be different here.
sounds good, buddy.
I'm either going to have a great week or an absolutely terrible week. One thing I can promise, I am not betting these picks.
Hell no, no, absolutely not.
No.
The last college game of the week, we're moving back to the Big Ten. Northwestern traveling to Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. Michigan's laying 23.5. For whatever reason, Northwestern gives this team fucking problems every fucking year. Give me Northwestern. That's a big spread, man.
Jose?
I'm with you on that one. They usually give them fits. They usually give them problems. But I look at the injuries to Northwestern right now. Give me Michigan.
Okay.
I think they run the ball all day. I think they win this game by 30.
Okay.
Pretty simple for me. Chris, you are spot on. I just think this year's a little bit different in the fact that Michigan is going to win.
Yeah.
Northwestern covers, though.
There you go.
So I'm going to take
Dig it.
Northwestern.
Dig it. And now we move
Andrew
to
Oh,
the.
and Andrew
taking
takes. I'm the
Northwestern.
only one that took
You
Michigan.
were
in
the
this
only
game.
one taking blue.
All right.
Now
like
we
it.
move to the Thursday night NFL game where the Denver Broncos traveling to the shit stain of a state that is Ohio to take on the Cleveland Browns.
So, like
who
2
are-
weeks ago, this came to my mind about this Thursday night game.
Hmm.
And after seeing this Thursday night game, I'm just going to go ahead and ask this now. Does the NFL sit there and look at the worst possible matchup and go, this is the Thursday game?
No, they send them to London. We talked about that on Sunday.
Well,
That's fair, too. No, they do that with the Jaguars. They're like, go ahead. Jacksonville, you can go over there. We don't want you here either.
Oh, the Jets and fucking Falcons they sent over there the week before.
That was a garbage-ass
yes.
game.
It's like, what the hell, man?
But so often this Thursday game ends up
Right.
just being this trash-ass match.
Well, because we talked about it on Sunday, I'm like, I know we hate England and everything, but man, I feel we should get like sanctions against us for sending over these shit football games.
It's like watching a bunch of retards trying to fuck a doorknob.
We subject you to watching the Jacksonville Jaguars
Yeah.
one Sunday a year
Oof.
continuously.
Woof.
Not only is it bad because you have a royal family, but you also have the Jaguars once a year.
Exactly. Continuing with that Thursday night game, Denver going to the shithole that is Ohio to take on the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are laying 3.5. Joe, what say you?
this one's a little tough for me. They're down to their third and fourth string running backs. Their offensive line has been banged up. Their rookie Joker is out. He's on IR for a little while. Who was actually
lacerated throat or whatever.
who was by far becoming their best defensive player. With that said, Denver is nothing special, and I think this is going to be a get-right game for Cleveland, for the Browns. They need this game badly. Stefanski needs to come out and have a good game. They need this. Give me the Browns minus 3.5.
Joe, I'm with you on that one. I believe they're 100% 3.5 points better than the Broncos. And spoiler alert for Sunday, I think DPJ goes off this week. I do. I think DPJ has a huge week this week, and yeah,
Why is it spoiler alert for Sunday? He's playing on Thursday.
or Thursday. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
Well, he had
For fantasy purposes,
he had a hell of a game.
I think he's gonna
this
have,
last week.
I think he's gonna have another one. I really do.
I think he's starting to emerge as a real threat in that offense. I
Shut
think
up, Kenny. You know what I meant?
He said, "Shut up, Kenny. You know what I meant. I'm only here because y'all paying me." So yeah, I think he's becoming slowly becoming the player that they thought he would be when they drafted him. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah, give me Cleveland in that one.
That's terrible. That's a terrible thing. You crazy.
Andrew's going Cleveland, so I'm just going to go Denver just for the hell of it.
just to be contrarian.
Yep.
All right,
Right.
then.
Just
All right, then.
because I'm getting tired of us all agreeing on all these games all the time.
Fair enough.
So I'm willing to sacrifice my record.
Nice.
All right.
Next week's gonna be a fun week to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some good games next week, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Can't be any worse than this week.
Oh God.
No.
This was even last week was some shitty games, but
Well,
this
so
week was
yeah,
bad.
so next week we're gonna have hopefully an undefeated Michigan playing an undefeated Michigan State. We already know Michigan State's gonna be undefeated. We're thinking Michigan will be.
By the way, Mel Tucker's name being thrown around for LSU.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
I'm not
I mean,
even
that's,
remotely surprised about that.
He's gonna.
I'm not either.
Bail on him.
No, I don't think he's going to.
no.
No,
No, I'll be honest with you.
unless they offer a like back the Brinks truck up. No.
So I'm just gonna say I don't think there's even gonna be an offer made.
Okay.
No, I don't.
I'll
I don't either.
where are they at? Where are they located?
Fair.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
All right then.
I mean, it's the truth.
No, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just
you know,
it's the truth.
we have the fortunate privilege of living in a world for the most part where that's not a factor.
Yep.
So yeah,
Well,
that
it's kind of a factor there.
yeah. I didn't think about it that way.
You look at
yeah,
the big
sucks.
look at the big money people
Yep.
that down there. Look at
Yep.
the ones who will the boosters who will help make that decision, and you look at it and you go, all right, well
Yep.
this is
Hey,
just
it
this
ain't
is just
gonna happen.
this is just being tossed around right now. It's
Not gonna happen anyway.
Now I could say I could
gonna
absolutely
happen.
see Urban being in contention for that
Oh, yeah.
job.
Oh yeah.
Like I once Manny Diaz does eventually get fired because that's going to happen.
Right.
I wouldn't hate if Miami took a run at him.
Okay.
I brought that up a couple weeks ago. I think Miami's definitely in the running
Yep.
to take a run at an Urban.
Yeah, like so I was reading an article today when I was at the doctor's, and like it's all like this conjecture that Miami doesn't have money to pay a top-notch coach. Bullshit. It's 100% bullshit.
But is Miami the destination that it was?
if it's
in the
if
90s?
it's run properly, yes,
Okay.
100. But it's not being run properly because the president doesn't give a shit about athletics, and the athletic director is a fucking moron. So that leads to where Miami's program is now. Just Miami's sports program.
It's fair.
Now, it's their baseball team sucks. Their basketball team sucks.
Why I asked if they're the destination.
It again, if it's ran properly, yes, 100%.
Okay.
So
For your
right.
sake, you know,
no,
somebody who can sympathize with a lot of losing
Right.
football. For your sake, I hope it happens.
you and me both, brother.
And because he gets out of Jacksonville.
Ah,
Sorry. I'm willing to push my problems off onto you.
no, I was talking about Mel Tucker, not
Oh, I was talking about Urban.
no,
Oh.
no,
Okay.
no. I was talking about Mel Tucker.
That would be interesting as
It
well.
would be.
I don't see Tucker leaving for. I don't see Tucker leaving.
I don't either. But if Miami was to make a run at him, I'd be all right with it.
Yeah, I don't think Miami has the pull to take him away from Michigan State though. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Fair enough.
I see Miami taking a run at Herb.
No,
I see him taking a run at Uncle Herb.
Herb won't go. He won't do that. He won't go to Miami.
I'm not saying he will.
But
I
Florida's
see.
rivals,
I
they
see
might
Miami
do that.
taking a run at him though.
I honestly don't think if Herb gets fired, I think he's done coaching.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's going to develop a health issue again.
Yeah, right. You gotta go find
Surprised he hasn't yet.
Gotta find some more girls, to get, grind up on.
It's all about that daily grind.
That's right, buddy.
So, anything else,
Poster boy
fellas?
for fucking ED medication soon.
Right. Nothing.
Nothing from you?
No.
All right.
I got nothing.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. Then make sure you join us again next Tuesday at 7 p.m. for the OG Sports on Tap Detroit show. Episode 57 next week. This was 56, and we just keep rolling along in episodes.
Shit.
And then again, tune in on Sunday for Sports on Tap Game Day at 10:30 a.m. when we go over every Sunday and Monday matchup, give you our fantasy insight, some betting insight, and everything else when it comes to football. Again, that's 10:30 a.m. on Sundays.
It's hopefully a full roster this week, isn't it? Because I know I should be there for Sunday. morning.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a full roster this week.
Okay.
So
That's
this
gonna be
Sunday.
fun.
So yeah.
Cool.
Which means we're going to have to install that other microphone.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Yep. So with that being said, check out SOTDET.com. Check out our picks, our show content, fantasy content. Again, that's SOTDET.com. You can check out all of our podcasts at your favorite podcast provider. Check us out on and give us a like on social media at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all that shit.
Yeah.
So, all right. With that being said, it's going to end the show. And, yeah. All right. See you next Tuesday.
And that is it for us today.
No! God, please, no!
Bye, have a great time.
No! God!
Bye, guys.
No, 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 no.
Bye, buddy.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
It's never goodbye.
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
You were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.